Hi, I'm Robbie Susan Chandler from RobbieSusanCardsandCrafts.com. I live in Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please visit my website at www.RobbieSusanCardsandCrafts.com. I'm here today to share a project with you, so let's get crafting. Hey everyone, I'm here today to show you a beautiful Seaside Bay side angle easel card. Okay, I usually do a regular easel card, but this card I made a side angle. And you ask what a side angle? Well, when it opens up, it angles to the side. It sits like this. You can see the fold here. And this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful card. I really love this card. So let's look at first let's look at what I used to make this card. I used a Seaside Bay stamp set along with the coordinating dies. I used the chic dies. I used the new cane weave embossing folder. Go-to greetings, which has become one of my favorites. And then the something fancy dies, which we used this one and the one that layers on top of it, that one. Okay, that's and then I also use the Starry Sky ink. Alright, that's the stamp sets and dies I used. Now let's look at our paper. Alright, our base is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored in the middle for half. But then you have to score it from the upper right corner down to the bottom left corner and fold that diagonal so you get your angle here. Now I also have 4 5 1/4 inch basic white, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 inch Starry Sky. Now these two pieces I embossed with the cane weave embossing folder, and I used one of them on the inside of the card, and the other one I layered on a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch Starry Sky, just like this. And this is going to be the front piece that we're going to do our artwork on, most of our work on. Okay, so some other pieces we used: a 3 by 1 1/4 inch by 3 by 1/4 square Starry Sky, and then 3 by 3 of this beautiful By the Bay Designer Series paper. And this is 3 by 3, and I went with the 3 by 3 so this paper comes 6 by 6 inches. So if I cut it into fourths, then I have enough for 4 people in my class to make 4 cards. So that's why I like to stick to 3 by 3 on those. I also cut a piece of the distressed gold with this netting type die from the chic set. It looks like this. And then I cut it in half. So by cutting it in half, and I'm going to leave this here, but there's a reason. I can lay this on here, and the reason I want to keep this on here is so when I lay these down, I don't go too far out, because if you go all the way out to the edges, these gold pieces are going to go off your card. So let's just put a slight piece of glue here, smear glue, and we're going to let this overhang about there. And you want it to come down some on the lower right corner. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue on this side, adhesive. And I'm not worried too much about this sticking, because when I put my DSP on top, it's going to hold this down. Alright, so there's that piece. Let me move this out of the way for now. So now let's put our DSP. Now you have to really look at this paper and decide, do I want my waves going this way or do I want my waves going that way? And I'm going to do this because I have the birds here going across, so they would hide. If I did that, they would hide a lot of that gold. So I'm going to do it this way on this particular piece. So, and I like to put a dimensional in the middle when I have a bigger piece. I don't like for it to dip. Alright, so I'm going to straighten this up. So let's just put this right in the middle of that starry sky piece. Alright, and then this piece is going to go right in the middle of our front piece. And this is a piece that the white piece is embossed with the cane weave, but the piece underneath it is not. So I put this right, stick too soon, okay, let's go right in the middle here. Alright, perfect. Now, we also have the birds. And the birds are from the Seaside base set. And I stamped them in Versamark and embossed them in black. And there is a matching die that cuts all three out at one time. So we're going to put our little birds down. I'm going to put one, well, let's say right there on that gold. And here's one for a lower piece down here. And then the third one, it's kind of up in this area. I also cut some grass with the Seaside Bay dies, and I did one large one and two of the small ones. So and to put these down, I just put a little bit of glue on the tip and just kind of stick them down level with the bottom here. And he's kind of, see if we can get him peeking around the edge there. There we go. Let's get you straight. And then I put a smaller one going off the edge of my paper over here. And then the taller one, just about put the glue on the wrong side. The taller one goes right next to it, kind of around my bird here. Let's see if I can squeeze it. You know, let me take him off for a minute. Put this down. And now let's put him back so he's kind of walking through the grass here. There we go. Alright, so that completes the very front part. Now to glue it onto your card base, you have to think bottom half over here. So what I do, I put my glue and my adhesive down in this area. And don't go all the way to the edge because this cardstock, the piece we're going to glue to this, doesn't go all the way to the edge. There's a little bit of a border. So if you just lay this down like you're working on a card front and center this right in the middle. Now it will glue to the bottom part that you want to stand up. Now to finish this off, those two dies I showed you from the Something Fancy dies, I cut a mint macaron piece and a white piece, stamped my happy birthday with Go To Greetings, mounted the top one with dimensionals, and we need to put dimensionals on the bottom too because we need this pretty high, so it will be a good stopper to hold up our easel, otherwise our easel won't stand up too good. Alrighty. Now I found that embossed pieces like this, you need to be pretty generous with your glue because with all these ups and downs and ridges with embossing, they don't necessarily like to stick too well, so you need to be pretty generous with your adhesive when you're gluing those down. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so you can push this up as far as you want, and I like to put my sentiment on an angle here on this corner, just like that, and then it holds my card in place when it stands up. So here's my finished card. Here's the happy birthday. It folds down. And if you want to, you could put a little white piece right here so you could sign it, and they would know who it's from and write a little note. And it would still, you wouldn't see it when your card was standing up this way. So here's our finished card. I hope you like this one. There'll be a link below for a link to download the tutorial. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you.